So hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and today I'll be doing the Project Panner tag, and this was created by Sarah Rose, and I'll have her channel linked down below, or maybe just the video linked down below or in the cards as well. And yeah, thank you Sarah for creating this tag. I thought it was really interesting. And so there's 10 questions, and of course they're related to project panning, and if you don't know what project panning is, why did you click on this video? Just kidding. It's basically using up your makeup or other stuff like skincare, just using up the stuff that you have, and it kind of teaches you different lessons, like how long it takes to use up products, so you don't go out and buy a ton of stuff like crazy, which is one of the lessons I've learned. So question number 1, how long have you been project panning? I started project panning around November of 2017, so it's been about 2.5 years for me. Question number 2, what made you decide to start panning? What did you hope to get out of it? So in October of 2017, I kept getting this YouTube recommendation for a project panning video. I was like, what's project panning? So I clicked on it after seeing it for like 2 weeks straight, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool, like you get to see how makeup is used up. So then I ended up going back to intro of the channel and watching all of those project pan videos up until then, and I was just so intrigued. So yeah, that's how I got started. So that's how I came across project panning, and I decided to do project panning after I finished my no-buy, which was 13 months, and like during that no-buy I had literally only bought in a pair of tweezers, no makeup, no tools other than the tweezers, and no brushes and stuff like that. So I consider it to be very successful. And I also was not wearing makeup at all during that time. I remember like partway through telling myself, like in July, like, oh, if you can wear makeup for a week straight, then you can break this no-buy. But I could not wear makeup for a week straight, so I gave up and just continued my no-buy. And before that, what triggered the no-buy was a huge declutter. I decluttered like 90 to 95% of my makeup collection. I just felt terrible because even though like the monetary value was not very high, like I had a lot of drugstore and a lot of presents, like gift with purchase, that my great aunt would give me. So yeah, that still made me think like, oh my god, I'm so wasteful. So yeah, but after all that, I still had a couple of items in my makeup collection. Not much. I'll post in the cards or something what my makeup collection looked like when I first started project panning. So yeah, and I decided to do project panning because after I used up my makeup, then I would just never wear makeup again. Or so I thought, but look at me now. So yeah, I hoped to, at the end of project panning, make a decision on whether or not I would stop wearing makeup or continue to wear makeup. So yeah. Question 3. How do you like to structure your project pans? Seasonal, year-long, or something else? So for me, I personally like to do one year-long project pan, no matter what. So in the past, they've been rolling project pans, and I've had about 10 items in my project at all times. But this year, I decided to do 20 in 2020. Just because I thought it was cool. And so this one's not rolling, and as I use the products, my project shrinks and becomes smaller. So I think right now I have less than 16 items. I'm not sure, but yeah, so I think this year this format was really cool, so I'm probably going to continue to do it like that. I don't want to do rolling anymore unless, I don't really want to do a rolling style project pan anymore, because I feel like with that you have to roll too many items in and out, and my backup drawer is really sad it's not even a drawer, it's like a small box, and I have like 7 items in there, and it's like 1 setting spray, 1 unopened yellow eyeshadow, 2 brow pencils, and 3 mascaras. So it's a really sad backup box. So yeah, that's how I feel for this year, but obviously I'm on a no buy, so it will change the following years. The following years? By the end of this year, I feel like, because then my no buy ends when I graduate, so yeah. I also do the Project Pan Roulette. I think that's a cool addition to my normal, just what is it? My normal 20 in 2020. Yeah, because it runs for 4 months at a time, and then you get like a several week break in between each round, and we're on round 7 right now, so I've been doing this for the past 4 rounds, I think. I think I started on round 4, so yeah, that's pretty cool too. I really like that because, you know, sometimes you just don't know what to pick, and you get a category of 100 different items, or no, you get a spreadsheet with 100 different categories, and then you find an item that suits whatever number you randomly picked. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, or I think it's pretty cool, and I really like having that because sometimes I just don't know what to pick, like I said. So that gives you some option, but like it's not completely random, like, oh, you know, number 5 on the list is a colorful eyeliner, so I have a colorful eyeliner, and yeah, so that would correspond with that. But if you have multiple colorful eyeliners, it's not like it said, oh, just pick this one from this brand, like how if you just gave every item in your inventory just like a number randomly, if you know what I mean. This allows you to have some control over what you pick. I also do a Pan That palette. I might change that next year because of the number of eyeshadows I have. I have less than 90 eyeshadows, so and some of my palettes look really busted too, so yeah, I'm probably going to switch to no, not switch, I'm going to have to figure out what to do next year with that. I might change it again to a pan those eyeshadows, but I'm not sure. So that's how I structure my project pans. I like to have 1 year one, and then 1 kind of seasonal, like a shorter project pan that runs at the same time, if that makes sense. Number 4, what are your favorite ways to track your progress? So I used to weigh my products to track the progress, but I think that doesn't do anything for me. I just see a number, I'm like, oh, okay, so what? So I think pictures and videos are the way for me to see how I've made progress on my products. I'm working on a paper, and I say the word project, so I type the word project so many times in there that anytime I say a word that starts with a P, I instantly think project. So yeah. Pictures and videos. And like sometimes when you feel like you're not making much progress on your products, you can go back and look and realize like, oh, I've come so far. So yeah. Number 5, what products are the easiest for you to pan? So that changes. So in 2018, it was highlighters. I panned 2 highlighters pretty easily. 2019 for me, from my memory, was not as good as 2018 because I was just buying a lot more stuff. I had a full-time job. I was making way more money than I was in 2018 because I didn't get a job until like September. So yeah, I had more income and I was buying more stuff, and my job was extremely stressful. So that's where my money went. Lip gloss was probably the thing I panned the most of in 2019. Lip gloss, and I panned 1 lipstick, so that's impressive too. So it was lip products in 2019, and 2020 has just started, but I'm going to have to go with this year. I don't know yet. This year, I feel like this year, so far it's just been skincare, but I've always been pretty good at panning skincare. I only have one item open at a time, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's still too early to say with 2020, but I would say I find that lip glosses are easy to pan, and same with lipsticks. It's just you have to remember to use it. And yeah, I think this year I'm going to actually pan a couple of bronzers too, so that's pretty cool. So maybe this year it's bronzer. Number 6, what products are the hardest for you to pan? Oh my god, that's easy. Eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is so hard for me to pan because I use such a light hand and it doesn't show up on my lids that well. Right now it is because I made it really dark compared to how I normally make it. When I film, and I know I'm filming, I will normally go in with like my everyday look, but when I'm filming, I'll take a darker color and apply it over my lids so it appears more prominent on my face. And yeah. So eyeshadows are really hard for me to pan. Another thing that's hard for me to pan is probably, this is really random, but I think eyeshadow primer is really hard for me to pan. I use so little of it. And I think it was too much Tash, Natasha. She used up an Urban Decay primer potion, like a full size of it, in 200 and something uses. I remember it was less than 300 and I was just like blown away because I was like, I used my Urban Decay primer potion, the like travel size, way more than that, and I know for a fact that there's still product in that bottle when I tossed it. So how did she finish a full size in not much time? I guess my eyelid space is just really small, so I don't need that much. That's something else I struggle with. What else? I was going to say blush, but I've been blowing through blush recently, so I don't think that's as much of a problem as I thought it was. But yeah, it depends. I find that high-end blushes are way harder to pan, or way easier to pan than drugstore, because drugstore is way more pigmented than high-end blushes. So yeah. Question number 7, are there any types of products that you rarely or never put in a project pan? Yes, so I originally did put mascaras in project pans, and then I realized it was so hard to talk about, like, oh, this is what it looks like, this is what it looks like, this is what it looks like, and you can't even like really weigh it and tell the difference in weight because it's so light anyway, so I don't like to do that. I also don't like to put in eyeliners, liquid eyeliners. If it's like a pencil eyeliner and you can sharpen it, then I will put it in. I actually have one in my project, but you can see progress on it, so that makes it more exciting than say like, so for example, if I put the Stila Stay All Day in, it makes no sense. I wear this pretty much every day anyway, but it's a liquid, you can't tell the difference, and if you weigh it, like nothing. But this is a pencil eyeliner, and ow, I just cracked my knuckles by putting my hand down on my leg. But yeah, this you can like see as it goes down like how much it shrinks, so I feel like this one makes more sense to put in a project pan. Yeah, so I also don't really like to put, yeah, stuff where you can't really see the progress on is what I don't like to put in my project pans. I also don't like to put skincare that I use every day. I'll put masks in my project pan because I constantly forget to use them. Like sheet masks, I will always forget to use. My rice wash-off mask, I will always, not always, also forget to use because, yeah, there's only one mask that I remember to use every week on Sundays, and that's my charcoal mask because I have really greasy skin, so it's really hard for me to forget that because if I do, then my skin gets really oily. Yeah. And hair care, other than shampoo and conditioner, if it's like a hair mask, I might put it in. If it's a hair spray, like I don't use I don't curl my hair and use that kind of hairspray. I use like this, it's called a moist mist. You just spray in your hair and it helps my hair stay soft and also dry faster. I just bit my tongue. So I'll put stuff like that. That's like not conventional. Question 8. Do you pan skincare or body care or strictly makeup? I pan everything. But for my videos, I only really pan makeup and skincare and some hair care when, like, if I get it in a Project Pan roulette, then I'll pan it there. But I try not to put it in my year-long Project Pan if I can help it. I know I've been in them before, but I'm learning and trying not to do that. Number 9, what is your number 1 advice for a successful Project Pan? So I would say it really depends on what you're trying to ask me for and like where you're coming from. If you're saying like, oh, I'm frustrated because I feel like I'm using this all the time and I don't see any progress, I would say take progress photos. Or if you're saying something else like, I really dislike this product and it's not like fun, I can see progress, then I would say get rid of it because it's not worth it. Or if you're like me, you will try to find another way to use it up, and if it's too old and no one else wants it, destroy it. That's what I did with my previous eyeshadows. I had this blue eyeshadow with metallic like shimmer in it, and if you know me, I hate when companies do that because it's like, why? It's not going to show up on my lid when I put that in, and why couldn't you just have made it matte? And like that formula with the shimmer in it is less buttery than just, you know, a matte shadow, so that's why I really dislike them. But I had a dark blue eyeshadow like that, and then there was like some lighter blue sparkles in it, and I tried so hard to use it. I used it as eyeliner, I tried doing eyeshadow looks with it, and when I did the eyeshadow looks, it stained my lids, so I was like, you know what, it's not worth it. This eyeshadow is like, it was in a Too Faced palette, and I know you need an iron to get it out, and I don't have an iron. I didn't want to give it to a friend because it stained my eyelids, and I didn't want her to stain her eyelids. I knew I couldn't get it out, so I just destroyed it. I tried everything I could to get that eyeshadow to work, and yeah, nothing. I also didn't like the color. That didn't help the product to begin with, so yeah, that's what I would do. And just remember to use your products every day, and you know, use it the way you would use it normally. Like don't go caking on 10 layers of foundation to use up a product faster, because I feel like you're wasting the product like that if you do it like that, unless, I mean, you like the look, but I feel like your skin would not like you for that. So yeah, just remember why you're doing the Project Pan. Final question. Has panning affected your makeup buying habits? If so, how? Oh my god. Yes. So in the beginning I said that I started doing Project Panning because I wanted to use up all my makeup and then stop buying makeup. That was back in 2017, 2018. And my collection is way bigger than it was back then, but if you look at the collection, it's so small. Like everything fit in, I still have the same container by the way, everything fit in here. And now this just houses my lip products, my eyeliners, mascaras, and this is a highlighter, setting spray, more lip gloss. So yeah, this just houses a fraction of my makeup. And after doing Project Panning, I got back into makeup, and I haven't like gone back since to like not wearing makeup. I bought my first ever high-end eyeshadow palette, which was the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, and honestly I feel like if I bought any other eyeshadow palette, I probably would have given up on wearing eyeshadow because I was so bad at it. But the guide inside of the palette really helped me make the best out of my monolids, because before I was doing my eyeshadow like how people without monolids do it, so vertical lines instead of horizontal lines, If you have monolids, you should probably do horizontal lines. I'm not saying you have to, but I feel like it enhances my eyes when I do it like that instead of like a vertical smoky eye, if that makes sense. So yeah, after that I just started buying makeup, and 2018 I started getting into I think it was highlighter. 2019 was bronzer, and 2020 it's blush. But I'm on a no buy. Right now I feel like if I was not, I would have a ton of e.l.f. blushes, but because I am on a no buy, I franken my own blush. That's this one. So yeah, this is a bit of a spoiler, but whatever. So this was my old NARS container for my bronzer, and I just put in a franken blush in with my eyeshadows that I barely use, and I love this color. It's so nice on me. Like, it's really buildable, and I like to layer it with my NARS Orgasm blush. So yeah, I feel like for a lot of people they stop buying as much makeup, but I went the complete opposite way, which I find a little funny. So yeah, those are all the questions. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you again, Sarah, for creating this tag. And yeah, hope you guys stay safe and at home and stay healthy. Remember to wear masks when you go out, even though I hate doing it because it's hard for me to breathe, but you know, we just all gotta do our part. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!